guys, we're back for our quick pop-in. I hope you guys don't mind. Let's go ahead and jump on into the video. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay, we are back. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. Happy Friday Eve to you guys. All right, let's get started. We have a few topics that we're going to run through, then we're going to let you guys go. All right, first topic. Hey, Shirley Terry. She said, we're back. We are back, honey. Yes. We had to handle our business and we back. All right, let's go ahead and share so you guys can see along with me. All right. So shout out to Neighborhood Talk. Stephen Smith issues an apology to Jasmine Crockett and says that he has no problem holding Trump accountable. Since when? Now I got to listen to this apology again to see if we accept your apology, because you've been doing too much, Stephen Smith. Okay, you've been talking a lot of shit here lately, so we got to figure out if we're gonna be able to accept your apology and if we believe you on holding Trump accountable, because you really don't. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and listen anyway. Let's go.
Moment, because I saw something disturbing in regards to President Donald Trump and how he came at Representative Jasmine Crockett. And I wanted to take this opportunity to attack this issue as it pertained to me and Jasmine Crockett, because I personally have had an issue with how things have been misconstrued and misinterpreted. But at the end of the day, I have to own it. And that's what I'm going to do today. And so when somebody says to me, Stephen, rather than point to her and her verbiage and her language and how she talked about the president, what about how he talks? I have no problem with that. I can understand that. And if that is the reason that everybody is in an uproar, that is fine. And I have no problem apologizing to my sister, because damn it, I want her to know I don't feel that way about her. Just like I didn't feel that way about Kamala Harris. Just like I don't feel that way about the marvelous, the wonderful, the incomparable, the greatest first lady ever, and Michelle Obama, in my estimation, or anybody else. But what we're going to do on this show is understand who the hell I am and how it's going to be as long as I'm doing this show. I have no problem apologizing if I'm wrong. I have no problem apologizing if I've made somebody feel a certain kind of way. But I'm going to challenge the legitimacy of what people come at me with when I think that challenge is warranted and deserved. If you came to me and you said to me that it came across as a bit dismissive, Stephen, you should have been more protective of her than that, because look at how he speaks. Look at how they act on Capitol Hill towards her. I just take a moment because I saw something.
Now we have to question, why is this apology even being made? Because I feel like you said what you said, Stephen A. Smith, with your whole chest and your whole heart. Okay. And I always say to people, if you say something and you mean it and you feel that way, stand on it. Don't double back and apologize because people tearing your ass out the frame. Like, stand on how you feel. I'm all for that. If I say something and I mean it, regardless to if somebody's dragging me or not, if I said that with my whole chest, I've got to stand on that. And the problem I have with him is he pretty much, I feel like he's spinning the block and giving her an apology, because he was very rude in terms of what he said and was trying to make her feel or make people say that she shouldn't be speaking up and saying what she's saying, that she's rude in her delivery and how she said it. But you also got to look at how Trump say things and how he directs his comments towards people as well. I feel like Jasmine Crockett is definitely in a great space to speak up for our people who find ourselves in situations where the government or Congress don't speak up for us. You know, who, if she don't speak up for us, who else will? Like, I love it. Anything that she actually say, anything she say, I'm here for it, because she is always fighting for our people, and she's always putting people in Congress in their place, and I like that. She's not afraid to do that. But in terms of his apology, I don't know. Like, what is your reasoning for doing? Like, thank you for apologizing, but what is your reasoning for doing it? Is it because you've been getting a lot of backlash here from so many people lately from the way that you came at Jasmine Crockett and was so rude? I mean, where's the apology for Kamala Harris? Because you definitely said some shit to her and about her that was very rude as well. Okay, you can be a Trump supporter all day long, but recognize that you are still Black And the person that you're directing your anger and frustration towards is the very person that's speaking up in your favor. Trump don't give a shit about you. Understand that. He got your vote, and look at him sitting in office and doing exactly the opposite of what he told you and everybody else that voted for him in terms of what he's doing. He didn't do shit that he said he was going to do. He did a complete opposite. And you still going up for him because you want to be president someday, which you never will. I don't think anybody in their right mind going to vote for you. Okay. No more than I think people are going to vote for Kanye West. Cause I hear he's talking about he want to be on a ballot and be voted as president. Ain't nobody about to vote for his ass no more than they're gonna vote for him. But let's move along. Thank you for your apology, but no thank you. Okay, let's get into this Trina Braxton interview. All right, let's get into this Trina Braxton interview that I saw. I ran across it and I said I want to take a look at this because we've been talking about Trina and the disrespect for her niece that was disrespected and or violated by her ex-husband, who is now passed away, the late Gabe. Okay, Solis, I think that was his last name. Shout out to Millie Says, because that's where I saw it. Let's go ahead and make this interview bigger so that you guys can see it. Let's share first and I'm gonna make it bigger. You guys can hear what Trina had to say, because Charles is like, she is still standing 10 toes down on this situation, and I'm not feeling it. Trina, I'm trying to like you, girl, but you're making it hard now. You are making it hard. Let's get into her, because she had a lot to say. All right, y'all ready? Let's go.
Braxton's.
Thank you, Eric.
So, there's a lot in the season about the drama around Ashley and her revelation. You had some feelings about that. How did you feel it ended up?
Well, first I'll say that you can never deny anybody their truth. But when you say that someone has their truth, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the truth. It is just the truth as they interpret it. I wish her healing. I pray for her healing. But on the other hand, I know as a person, me, myself, I can't be held accountable for someone else's actions. Yeah. And as an aunt, I did all the things that I could. I embraced her. I let her know, you're my family. If you need anything from me, I'm here. And I can't speak for the dead. I can't speak for the deceased. But all I can do is just speak for me and just be there if ever she needs me.
Yeah. They showed on the show, you got some bullying comments on social media. Were you surprised by all of that?
Well, no, because in the jury of public opinion, you're already, you've already been sentenced, and that's something that people didn't understand because they didn't get the full scope of the story and what happened. There's so much more that could be told. There's so much more that should have been told. However, none of it should have been for public consumption.
Yeah, isn't that
I think if you are ready for healing, I think if you want healing, I think if you're looking for healing, you have to speak to the person where you feel like you can get resolved first, not open forum.
What is it you think about your family, the sisters, that has resonated so much with the public? Other than you have great voices.
Oh, thank you. I think it's because, and this is not to sound like a jerk, but it's because we're relatable. It's someone always reminds you of that baby. Oh, my baby sister's like that. Oh, my oldest sister's like that. Oh, that person reminds me of Trina. That person reminds me of Toni. Oh, my mother is just like that. Oh my gosh, that person reminds me of Tracy. So I think because everyone in our family is identifiable with someone else in their lives in some way, shape, or form, I think that is what has drawn people to our family in particular.
Congratulations on season 2 of The Braxtons, and we hope everyone gets a chance to see it on WE TV.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, so what do you guys think about that? She says that she feels that this should not have been for public consumption, that she feels that Ashley should have spoken to the person who she felt wronged her Well, she can't do that because that person's no longer here. This is something that she carried for 16 years, and she couldn't speak about it before because she was told not to, and then served cease and desist, at which you knew about, Trina. So let's not sit up on this interview and act like you did not know that your niece was told she could not talk about your ex-husband and what was done to her by way of him. All right, you knew about it, even though I embraced her and I told her I'm here if you ever need. Really? If you gave her all of those things, then why did this girl pack up all of her belongings and move out of the country by herself, not knowing anyone in terms of where she moved? Like, seriously, she got far away from the Braxtons and everybody. Hell, she moved out of America. She moved out of the USA, honey. She moved her ass into a whole nother country to get away from you guys and from away from that and the embarrassment and the pain and everything that she dealt with because the family was trying to make her be silent. And when she did get the courage to speak up, you guys came right back and spin the block and was like, no, you're not about to tarnish our image. No, you're not. And then Trina, you still keep doubling down in every interview, talking about Gabe is not here to tell his side of the story. And, I'm not saying that I don't believe that what she said, but, he's not here to tell his side. It's given that if Gabe was here, that you would believe Gabe's interpretation of what happened over your nieces, which is your blood. I don't think this girl would sit here and be lying about this and carry this type of pain for 16 years and then come back around and try to talk about it and put it out there. And then you guys just kind of looking at her like, girl, why are you destroying our image in our family? Like, just shut up and deal with this in private. I feel like that's what was told to Tamar too. Be quiet and handle this in private. And I feel like that's why they're upset with Tamar currently, because she's helping said niece tell her story. Okay. But that's the interview that Trina did just most recently. I said I'll share that since we've been talking about this situation. Let's move along. Candiace, honey, Candiace Dillard Bassett, honey, is doing an interview as well. And she speaks on Ashley Darby and her reaction to Wendy Osefo's arrest, meaning that, Ashley thought that it was a ha-ha moment. That Wendy was arrested because, she's not really close to Wendy. But let's go ahead and get into what was said. Shout out to Reality Entertainment TV. Child, I just want Candiace to just go be a mother and take care of her child. You don't want to be on the show no more, honey, but you're doing more interviews than the people that's on the damn show. Let's get into it. So Candiace Dillard Bassett, honey, calls out Ashley Darby for making jokes about Wendy Osefo's arrest. Says that karma never misses an ass whooping. The one that you got from Monique says that you are inviting an ass whooping to your front door. By who? I don't think that Wendy is about to be going over there putting hands on anyone, girl. She's already facing 16 felony counts. She's trying to talk her way up out of them felony counts. She ain't about to go over there and put paws upon no one. But let's go ahead and get into this, honey. Shout out to Reality Entertainment TV. All right, boom.
Forehead, girl.
Not forehead.
I wasn't saying anything, but since we're here and you put the microphone in my face, I'm going to say, I'll keep it light that, well, first of all, I thought that Wendy and Ashley were friends. That
on
was
the show so far, they seem quite cordial.
On the current season.
Yeah, so far they seem
okay.
Unless I missed something, but yeah, they seem good.
Right. Well, so when I left, they were friends. They were friends. And unless something happened this current season, what would possess Ashley to say something like that? Something so celebratory in the face of what feels like a disaster and a travesty for Wendy. Like she had to have like slept with your man for you to say something like that. And being as how you don't have one, like, what did she do? Did she like you would have had to like snatch one of my kids for me to say that, because and this is just maybe home training that some of us don't have. Even my worst enemy, and I have a couple, in their misfortune, what you will never find me doing is like you said, dancing on their graves. Like it is a recipe. You are inviting the karma to come and whoop your ass. And karma has already come and come again for Ashley, as we've seen time and time again on the show. So I'm perplexed as to why she thought that was the best choice. I know cameras were rolling at the show.
It seemed like they were, I love
which would,
the show.
that would push her to just kind of go a little further. But it's like it's a soul selling of sorts that you would say this when literally misfortune can find anybody. And given, you know, where you've come from and the person you have escaped, we don't know what you're privy to. We don't know you when he let you out that cage, we don't know what you were privy to. Allegedly.
Cage.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's why
we don't know. So I don't know why it just boggles my mind that she would be so celebratory, even if she didn't like her.
That's what I mean with the Kiana question. Like, are we just alliance or friends? But even if you were just, to your point, even if you were just friendly for the show, I personally wouldn't make that type of joke. I probably would. You know, I know plenty of scammers, the BLM era, you know, certain people. I might say something in the group chat, you know, but I don't know. I wouldn't kick you publicly. If I actually know you, that wouldn't be me. But to each their own, and good luck with that, because I feel like those type of things circle back. Karma, I want to believe it's questionable because that man is still president, but you know, I do think eventually you get your lick back one way or another. Life finds a way.
Always. To quote the Grand Dame, what does she be saying? The something comes home to, what is it? The turkey comes home to roost. The roosters will come home to roost. Okay. They always come home, and it might take a few eons, but karma never misses an ass whooping. And it's just like you're inviting an ass whooping to your front door. And then to use spiritually. Yes.
Maybe otherwise, but we hope just spiritually.
Or otherwise, you know, we don't control the karma. Karma comes how it comes. But also to try and like elevate yourself by kicking somebody when they're down and using a medium that you have continually and perpetually made a mockery of to do it. What melodies? Beloved, like where are the melodies that you speak of? Because it's like the jokes write themselves.
Try again.
They write themselves. I don't even need to get into it because the jokes have been written. I've seen them. I've cackled.
Again, what does this have to do with you, Candiace? You're not on the show, dear. You chose to step back from the show to be a mother. As we said the other day, it would be great for you to just go home and be a mother and don't get into this whole reality TV banter between Ashley and Wendy. I don't think Wendy has responded in terms of what Ashley had to say. So I'm not sure why you care more than Wendy when it happened to her and when the conversation was directed at her. So it's just weird to me that you continue to do these interviews from channel to channel, from post to post, about something that had absolutely nothing to do with you. See, this is why Monique popped your ass the last time. This is why she went upside your damn head the last time, and using them with your little triangle tissue, crying and carrying on, writing on the mirror, putting a little sticky notes up there to remind you to mind your damn business. See, now you in somebody else's business again. You coming off as a nosy ass busybody. You don't have enough to do at home. That's what it's giving.
And I went to bed. So, but it's, you know, if it seems like something that Ashley likes to do is make a fool of herself. And if that's what helps her to sleep and be well and do well, by all means, clown your way through life. Forehead, girl.
Not forehead.
Child. Goodbye, Candiace. We have no more for you, okay? Don't do any more interviews because this don't have anything to do with you. All right, let's get into Kim Zolziack as her man has been introduced. He gives Croy vibes. He kind of reminds me of an older version of Croy. You guys know she is now dating a married man because that's what she so desires, all right? He kind of reminds me of an older version of Croy. All right. So they said, meet Kim Zolziack's new billionaire boyfriend. Because you know, she look for men, honey, married men with money. That's what Kim likes. That is her coup de grace. So let's get into it, shall we? This is the man who is now being sued for $100 million by his wife, who he's still married to, who purchased a townhome for Kim Zolziack out of he and his wife's money. And the wife is also going after Kim Zolziack as well. It sounds like she wants to save her marriage. But he is low-key dating Kim Zolziack, and she's put up some posts to talk about how long she's been seeing this person, while she too is still married to who? Croy Bierman. All right, Croy already done contacted the wife to give the wife some insight on Kim to say, hey, she gonna drain your husband because look at what the fuck she did to me. All right, so Mr. Housewives, shout out to you. Let's go ahead and read so y'all can understand what's going on here. All right, so Kim Zolziack, child, they said that she really knows how to land a rich man. Now, according to a recent Q&A that she did on Instagram, said that Kim revealed that she's dating again. She also said that she started dating 2 years ago after filing for divorce from Croy Bierman. And after her very first date with her new man, they've been together ever since. You're still married though, Kim, and so is he. Well, Page 6 did some digging and revealed who the mystery man is. His name is, we all know, Kyle Moitz. We know that from the lawsuit that we read the other day. Now, Kyle is an entrepreneur and the co-founder of managing partner of Imperium Companies and Imperium Blue Management, which reportedly totaled around $3 billion in assets with offices in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia. All right. So according to Page 6, Kyle's family's office manages over $4.5 billion in assets through its portfolio company and wealth management platforms. We got a nice little. Okay. So it says he's also a board member for 2 medical companies, Pleo Pharma and Synops DX. It also goes on to say that, but here's where it gets messy. Kyle is still going through a divorce. He and his wife, Jillian Green, were married for 8 years before filing in March of this year. And apparently, the split has already cost over $100K. That's going to be an expensive divorce. If he's a billionaire, she about to come up. Ching, 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 okay? So it said, well, looks like Kim still got a thing for married men, as she does, all right? But his wife is still coming after Kim. And Kim, you ain't got no money, honey. I mean, I don't know what she's seeking to get from Kim because she ain't got shit. I mean, your husband, ma'am, had to buy her a place to stay. She didn't even have nowhere to stay prior to this. So, Lord have mercy. So this is him. Don't be like an older version of Croy. She does have a type, okay? I don't know how Big Papa looked, but she does have a type when it comes to these men. All right. So they did a Q&A. Says, ask me a question and you will get the actual truth. Says, are you dating anyone? Kim replies by saying, yes, almost 2 years after I filed for divorce, and I went on my first date, and we have been together ever since. All right. I don't know how people that are married is out here dating. It's weird, but okay. So it says, was it hard letting yourself be vulnerable with a new man? Kim says, yes. However, Kyle and I went through the exact same situation, so we identify with each other. Y'all know he's going through divorce, and so is Kim. All right. So this is them together. That's him, Kyle, and that's Kim. I don't know what they put in the back of the car, child, but all right. So that's them. That looks like Kim's son by Croy. Okay. So she's with this man, child. That's him over there with the Range Rover. That's a nice one. Them wheels are nice. Okay, blackout rims. Yes. So yes, that's him, child. That's Kim, honey. Okay, so she's actively dating this married man. He is a billionaire, but don't know how much he gonna be worth after that wife finished taking his money from him, especially if she can prove that he was stepping out and messing around. Because Kim said she's been seeing him for 2 years. Could Kim be the reason that they're divorcing? We don't know yet, but we will definitely keep our eyes and ears on this situation, all right? Because she is like, bitch, you're not about to get nothing else from my husband. He done bought you a townhome. I'm pretty sure gave you some lavish, expensive gifts. In 2 years, I'm pretty sure she sucked some money up out of him, okay? Because y'all know Kim, honey. Y'all know Kim has a certain lifestyle that she likes. So she gonna only look for a man with some money. She done sucked the life out of Croy and all his damn money. But let's get on into the next topic. All right. So next topic is, let's get it up here. Shout out to Ball Alert, Kevin McCall. We've been talking about him. It's the same guy who said he's on EBT, said he wrote songs for Chris Brown, etc., etc. Now he is slamming singer Tyrese he said that Tyrese was phony for offering to help him during his homeless struggle. All right. So he tells a story about Tyrese thinking that Tyrese was going to help him when he knew about his homeless struggle, but Tyrese turned out to not be that guy. So let's go ahead and get into what Kevin McCall had to say. All right.
Tyrese is a buster. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
When all the home I was getting into it, all my homeboys, everybody in the hood, because I'm famous, but I'm broke. So I'm living on my granny couch. This nigga Tyrese, he got a big ass mansion at this time. He called it Reese Hondas. He got Benny Hondas in the back. He got a Starbucks, a gas. He got all type of shit. This is my idol. I do music because I used to walk the Lark High School from my house. Century and Avalon, I go all the way up the street by myself and watch his talent shows. That's why I do this shit. So he calling me. I really want to be friends with the nigga, but him just calling me is enough. So I'm like, ooh, he finna let me move in. He's like, look, you homeless? I'm finna do something for you. You know, he get real dramatic. He's a transformer type nigga. That's what I'm gonna do for you. God told me he don't want me letting somebody else go through the hurdles that I've overcame without at least giving them the gems, if you will. Shut the fuck up. So then this is what the nigga do. He said, so this is what I'm gonna do for you. Tyrese, you say you homeless, you need somewhere to stay. I'm thinking Cuffin to say, I got a 4-bedroom, I got a mansion. He say, call anybody. Call anybody, a friend, anybody. I'm gonna get on the phone 3, I'm gonna say, this is Tyrese Gibson. And I stamped this message. I said, if you don't get the fuck off my phone with that weirdo shit, I don't mean to laugh.
What do you mean, calling
You do
anybody?
mean to laugh. You say you homeless, you need somewhere to stay. I'm thinking Cuffin to say,
So why is it that you feel that everybody that you feel are now millionaires and doing so well that they gotta just that they're obligated to do something for you? Oh, he got a mansion, he gonna let me stay in his mansion. Not everybody wants you staying in their place. Like, mind you, this is the same person on my screen who said in a recent interview that he blew through $8 million. How do you do that? Now you're mad at everybody and you trying to scrape and scrounge money from people that you say owe you. You saying that Chris Brown owe you $25,000. Okay. Now I did see this morning that Young Thug came forward to say, okay, hey, I'm going to give you the $25,000, and if Chris owe it to you, then he'll go ahead and pay you too. So y'all know that will give him an extra, $55,000. Well, it seems that Young Thug may have had a change of heart because now he's backing out of giving him the $25,000, which I'm pretty sure he's very much so pissed about. Okay, after finding out that Kevin McCall has some type of run-in or said something slick about Chris Brown's child, and that Chris Brown was like, yeah, I don't fool with him no more because they fell out. And that whole, Chris said the whole burning bridges, and what's worse than burning a bridge is being broke and burning bridges, something to that effect. Yeah, but I'm just like, sir, it's given that you burn a lot of bridges in Hollywood and people just are not wanting to step up and help you. And if you were working with Chris Brown and you burned that bridge, I'm sorry for you because all of his songs are hits. Like all of Chris' songs that he put out, I don't know not one song that he's done that did not hit number 1. So you definitely shouldn't have burned that bridge, if any bridge, okay? But so he's falling out with Chris Brown. I did see some videos where he and Chris Brown were like, he was on, Kevin McCall was on the piano playing and Chris was singing. So they did have that friendship dynamic, that that working relationship. They work tight and they were close at some point. But when he made a derogatory comment about Chris Brown's daughter and amongst some other things, Chris decided to cut him off and not fool with him. So now he's kind of like, from hand to mouth and kind of broke and running around saying he's on EBT. And now he's blaming Tyrese for being a phony help offer type of dude and calling him all types of names because, he ain't giving you something that he worked hard for. It's like, bounce back, take that L and figure out why the hell you burned through $8 million, sir. Like they be spending money like it's water. And then when they get down and out, they expect everyone to stop what they're doing and give up all the money that they work for to help pull you back up. $8 million was a nice little bag. I'm sorry. And if you wrote all of these songs, which 48, I told you guys, he wrote 48 songs that I looked up that most were hits. So you should be still getting checks from somewhere. I'm not sure who's handling your business and why you out here on EBT when you got 48 hit songs. I don't understand that. That's weird to me. But yeah, so now he's falling out with Chris Brown. And I think you should stop doing interviews because I feel like people that you think that you have this beef with, maybe they don't know that y'all have beef. And now you're talking negatively about them and they might have been getting ready to give you some type of donation, but probably not so much now that you've been talking so much shit. Like, cool back on the interviews for a little bit. All right. Now let's get into an interview. Since we're speaking of interviews, let's get into an interview that just came out that I just saw. It just hit 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago now, where Eva Marcille, who used to date and has a daughter named Marley by Kevin McCall, she talks about her A.B. Yusuf relationship with him and how things were when the two of them were dating. So I got to share this with you guys. He is absolutely crazy. Not only did he abuse her, but other women that he dated as well. And Eva's going to talk about that. I don't like the way Gary with the T on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. I don't like the way he responded to this. I feel like it was a little insensitive. If she's talking about her story, she's telling her story on how she went through abuse, and then you kind of make a joking remark and kind of laugh. I don't feel like that was a laughing matter. I feel like she was being very transparent and very vulnerable. And for Gary to try to make a ha-ha out of it, I don't feel like that was funny. In no way, shape, or form, anyone telling this story about abuse, there's nothing funny about that shit. There's nothing funny about a woman getting punched in the face. There's nothing funny about a woman getting her fucking teeth knocked out. I don't see anything funny about that. I don't care how you tell the story. That shit ain't funny. But let's go ahead and get into this. Shout out to Nostalgia Moments. Shout out to Ricky Smiley Show. All right.
And through with Kevin, and he is definitely extremely violent, physically abusive. And I wasn't the only person that has dealt with it. More recently, there was a young lady he dealt with, knocked all her fronts out. His child's mother before me has dealt with domestic violence, his sister, his mother, and now obviously the list goes on. And there's this new young lady that unfortunately was dating him, and his inability to have what people call self-control of his, frustration and his anger, and he takes it out. And he's not a small guy. He played D1 football. So he's a nice sized guy, and obviously beat this girl up.
So that wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I'm married. Gary thought it's not funny. Like, are you
trying to be messy?
Like, are you know what?
No, because they just said a spouse are cohabiting. I didn't know which one it was.
Do you think I cohabitate? Do I live in Compton, or do I come and work with you every day?
Well, sometimes we
Atlanta. Gary,
but you are.
Went through with Kevin, and
all right, so in that part she says that he was abusive towards the lady that he dated, or the girl that he dated prior to being with her. His sister experienced it, his mother. So I don't know if she was saying that he was abusive towards the sister and the mother. And the girl that he dated after her, he knocked her teeth out, and he was also abusive towards Eva as well. Let's finish it, cause child. All right, let's go.
And that's when the abuse started.
Yep. And then about a month after having Marley, it didn't stop. It got worse, and it got worse with her. And the final straw was when Marley was actually in my arms once, and I was like, I can't do this no more.
Oh my God.
Damn. All right, Eva, don't start.
So I feel sorry. I feel sorry for that girl. I feel bad for that girl, and I feel bad for women that have to deal with it. And, it's actually not a laughable matter. It's something that makes you feel so little, so you really don't want to talk about it. But it really sucks. And I hope that they keep his ass in jail as long as they can.
Wow.
Period.
Right.
Wow. Well, we sorry you had to go through that. And on behalf, we're going to shout out the domestic violence hotline.
Yeah.
For any woman that's going through that and having to deal with domestic violence and stuff like that. And that's when the abuse.
She experienced, she said she was holding her daughter Marley while her daughter was like a baby, and he jumped on her and hit her and was beating on her while she was holding her baby. That had to be scary and traumatic. Like, suppose you would have knocked the baby out of her hand. Hello. She said he could not control his anger. He would get so mad and take his anger out and put hands on her. And it was happening so regularly until after. She said it happened before she had the baby, and it got worse after she had the baby, until one day she was holding the baby and he just started attacking her. And she knew then that it was time to get the hell out of there. So thank God, because he probably would have unalived her and maybe hurt the baby. I hate seeing people in this type of situation, but she is, of course, now married, and she's away from that situation. She's in a happy situation now, where she and her husband Mike, is his name Michael? I forget. They are happy. They have their own children. He has adopted Eva's daughter that she had with that crazy fool, and she's in a different place now. So I'm happy about that. Okay, yeah. I didn't like that, Gary. That was not a joke. That was not a joking matter. That's not. Never ever laugh about a situation like that, because you know how many women pass away from DV every year. Okay, that's a serious situation. That is a serious situation. We ain't gonna never ha about that shit. Never. All right. But shout out to Eva. Shout out to Eva. Shout out to Nostalgia Moments. Okay. And anyone that's going through and or is dealing with that type of stuff, you guys call the DV hotline. Call 911, honey. That's the best number to go and call. You ain't got to know the number. It's 911. If you're dealing with being hit on, beat on, any type of domestic anything, call 911 and report it and get the hell out of there, because it's only going to get worse. Okay, understand it's not you. You're in the situation, but it's not you. It's the person that's doing it to you that has the problem. Okay, a lot of times women are scared to leave, but you got to put one foot in front of the other, honey. That's called walking. All right. And if you do it real fast, it's called running. Get the fuck out of there. And I tell anybody, I don't care, family, friend, whoever, men, if you're going through it too, because men can also go through DV, because there's some crazy ass women out there as well that put hands on men. So, hey, we talking about it both ways. We're not just talking about men being abusive, because women can be as well. So anyone dealing with that situation, definitely go get help. All right. So y'all know I love to advocate for that over here for our women. We don't play that. No, sir. All right, so Wendy has put out another statement. Wendy Osefo, we're going to read it and then we're going to move along. We already know what's going on with Wendy Child, where she is now saying that she's blaming the police for doing a legal search and all this other stuff. This is her way of trying to get out of these damn charges that she and her husband Eddie are facing due to this fraudulent situation that they found themselves in, by saying that someone broke into their house, they filed false police reports, and they also did fraudulent insurance claims as well, which has now got Wendy in 16 fraudulent charges against her and 18 fraudulent charges against her husband Eddie, all right, who is an attorney. And Wendy, you should have known better. But let's get into what Wendy had to say, because child, she's trying to blame the police and the community, all right, for this type of situation in terms of saying that it should be dismissed and let go. They're not letting it go. You're going to jail. Okay. But let's go ahead and read what she had to say. Shout out to Real Housewives True fans. All right, because that's where I saw it. She says, I'm not staying silent while my name gets dragged through the mud, said Wendy Osefo declares that this so-called arrest completely illegal, a setup built on lies and power plays. She said that I worked too hard, built too much to let false accusations define me. The truth will come out, and when it does, I'll make sure everyone sees who the real frauds are. I'm demanding a full dismissal because justice does not bend for headlines. Now, Wendy, I get it that you don't want to go to jail, okay? And I'm really going to say this and not even laugh one bit, even though this is laughable that you are continuing to push this narrative that you were falsely whatever by the police. You called the police, okay? Let's be very clear. You put the police in this when you called them and did a false police report, all right? A falsified at that, and then also made a claim that you were burglarized while you were away on vacation, only for them to do an investigation and find out that it was all lies, okay? It found out that it was lies. You said certain things were stolen, only for you to pop up on social media with same said stolen items upon your body and your finger, because you said the ring that you said was missing that they stole, you were wearing the same ring in your damn pictures. Okay, then let's not forget about the insurance fraud. It's, y'all did it like 4 times, and you are in emailing your husband, telling him to do the maximum, add more things on there to get the maximum, which was $400 and something thousand, including your neighbors. We talked about it the other day. I don't even look at notes anymore. Your neighbors also cooperated with police when they were questioned, okay? Because she said, I want all questioning, all what was it, lie detector test turned over to me. Girl, who are you? Who are you? Like, eat this L, girl, and go somewhere and sit your ass down. At the end of the day, you guys have court coming up in a few weeks, November, I think they said the 7th or something like that, for you and Eddie. Like, seriously, you emailed him and told him what to do. They have an email from you to your husband while you guys were coming up with this whole fraud/scheme. So they have the evidence against you. They have the neighbors saying no one was seen coming in and out of your house. They looked at doorbell cameras and ring cameras from your neighbors as well as your ring camera, and nothing was seen and or shown that corroborated with your lie that you gave to the fucking police. So at the end of the day, take that L. Serve your time and learn from this. I mean, shit, you making yourself look worse. Steady coming out doing statements, okay? You ain't heard Eddie say shit. He's an attorney. He know better. Eddie has not put out one statement. Now, I don't know if you're speaking for you and him, but Eddie is being smart about this and not saying shit because he know his day in court is coming as well. You are making yourself look even crazier by continuing to talk about it. Just wait and go to court. Get you an attorney. Go to court and argue that shit off in there. When you keep making statements, all of this shit is going to be used against you when you go to court. and you're gonna be standing up there looking stupid. All right, let's continue, child. I ain't got no more for her. All right, let's get into this Toni and Birdman. We talked about them yesterday, day before, where Toni was asking for all of this money from Birdman. They were only married for a short amount of time. I mean, hell, I don't even think people knew that they were even dating at one point, but she's asking for quite a bit of money from him. So let's get into it. Shout out to Real Housewives of Atlanta fan page. Said that Toni Braxton recently opened up in tears about why, I can't answer right now, about why her marriage to Birdman ended just 2 weeks after their wedding. I'm still trying to figure out why they got married. Said that the legendary singer said that she didn't leave for money, that she left because she truly believed that Birdman was too good for her. Said that people think that I filed for divorce to get 80 million, but that is not true. She says, I cry when I see that, according to Toni. She says she gets very emotional. Continuing on, it says that she explained that she and Birdman had been together for 16 years before getting married, sharing a deeper bond built on love, loyalty, and friendship. Now, they said that he's the most caring man that I've ever known. When I was sick, he dropped everything to be by my side. Said that he could do anything for me, according to what she says. And this is Toni. Said despite his tough image, Toni describes Birdman as romantic, traditional, and family-oriented. Says the kind of man that every woman dreams of. But when they finally married, she says something changed inside of her, and says he did not change. She says my heart did, and said that the love the love that held us for 16 years faded in 2 weeks. So y'all were together 16 years dating, and then y'all got married, and in 2 weeks the love faded. Gotcha. Toni says that she filed for divorce not out of greed, but to set him free. She says that I'll always care for him. He deserves peace and happiness. And of course, she changed her mind in the end and says that they are still married. But initially, from what I read, was that she was asking for 160 million. So you wanted to set him free because you changed your mind and your heart changed. But how you setting him free when you're trying to hold on to his wallet? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, don't tell me I'm free, but by the way, I need 160 million off you, even though we were only married for 2 weeks. Like, how does that work? I don't get that. But yeah, that's what had happened with them. Okay. Again, I didn't even know they were dating that long for even 16 years, let alone dating, until we saw the episode of him on Braxton Family Values, when he was sitting at the table with the family. I was just like, Toni, what are you doing? How you go from Carrie Lewis, who was fine as hell, to this? A nigga with tattoos all up in his face and can't barely even talk? Go off, honey, okay? But maybe she liked thugs. Nothing wrong with that, because I had a few thugs in my life too. But this right here is just weird to me, okay? I guess opposites do attract. So that's what had happened with Toni and Birdman. All right, so is that my last topic? Girl, look at us flying through these topics. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of my video. I told you guys this is a pop-in, so we have now reached our end of the video. Let's go ahead and do my thank yous. I will be popping back. All right, I will be popping back. Thank you all for joining. Please don't forget to tap on the like button, subscribe to the channel so that you guys will know when I go live. And also you can share the video if you like, okay? Shout out to my top flight mods, Truth TV Podcast, Tyra KBR, Sweet Essence, Scorpion Miss, and Rose Armstead. I see you in the house, Rose. I see you here, Truth, as well. Thank you to all of my content creators who usually stop by here. Black Women in the Building, Jonetta Speaks, Simple Mom Family TV, Miss Didi, JCD Creations, Shay P, Queen Speaks TV. I think that's it. Oh, and Schoolboy, if you're in the house, thanks as well. Okay. Y'all know I love y'all down. Please go ahead and comment on all of the topics that we talked about. Eva Marcille talking about her experience being with her ex-baby daddy, Toni and Birdman, Wendy Osefo statement, Trina Braxton's interview, Kim Zolziack, and this married billionaire that she is now in a whole legal situation with as well. All right, go ahead and comment on all of those. Until the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye.